I will totally come get in that middle spot. Thank you. This is good morning on day 140. This is early morning at the permitting office. Lots of very eager hikers. Have I mentioned before that I have amazing friends? Well, today was a pretty productive and restful 0 day, which is great. They don't always go that way. And this is my last one on this trail, which is crazy, but kind of awesome. Probably the biggest thing today was getting permits. Did that this morning, got up very early, a lot of people there, but managed to get a decent permit. It's maybe not perfect, but it's definitely workable. And so now everything is planned out, like to the day. I have my finish day, just everything. And yeah, it's a really exciting feeling. I'm so close and I'm so ready to do it. Today was awesome as well because I went to the post office and picked up all these packages, some of which were complete surprises because people in my life are amazing. So I have some shout outs, but I'm actually gonna do them later because I'm feeling a little sleepy tonight. And so I'm gonna get some rest and then tomorrow back out on trail for like the last time. Good afternoon on day 141. I am back on trail after a really lovely day in East Glacier. I have a lot of shout outs and thank yous. First one is going to be to Nate. You can see Nate in the background behind me. Nate met me yesterday, and he's going to be hiking with me on this last section. So East Glacier to the border and then out of the park. So definitely excited to see him. Happy to have him with me for this last part of the Continental Divide Trail. Also, I mentioned my friends are amazing. I got several packages in town yesterday, many of which were surprises. If you've been watching my videos, you guys have seen Jess. Her and Steven sent me some really yummy banana bread. They're awesome. Also, my friend Jody, who sent me a package near the beginning of the trail, sent me an awesome care package with all kinds of goodies and yummy things in it. This buff, for example, which worked out well because I misplaced my other one just like a second ago. So yeah, new buff. This shirt, actually, you might recognize it. It's the same type of shirt that I had at the beginning of trail. Nate is a freaking genie. They don't make this shirt anymore, but somehow he found it online somewhere. So, which is fortuitous as well, because my other shirt, the free fly one I was wearing, had a big old hole in the back that was like irritating my skin, like straps. So that's awesome. Jody also sent me another cool pin that I have pinned on the side of my pack. She sent me one earlier that I lost. It popped off. So another like last little encouraging message to like go to the end. So excited for that. Thank you to my Aunt Amy, who sent me a surprise package with some cookies that I actually packed, and I haven't tried them yet, but I'm super excited. They smell delicious. Hopefully the bears don't think so, but I think so. And then also a total stranger, a friend of my dad, Charlotte, sent me a beautiful t-shirt, which I love, and a gift card. And so definitely feeling the love here as I'm getting close to finishing this trail. And I'm so very grateful for just all the wonderful people in my life, friends and strangers and new friends that used to be strangers. It's just, I am always speechless when I try and talk about this. And I'm sure you get tired of hearing about this because it's one of the main things that I really like to dwell on, because seriously, just the kindness of people in the world that you experience on a trail like this is transformative. Whew. All right, was there anything else I needed to say? That was probably it. Also, I did get to meet a really cool person while in East Glacier. Luna, who runs Looking Glass Base Camp, is awesome, a super sweetheart. She loves hikers. So if you're in East Glacier and you're looking for a place to stay, definitely look her up. She's great. And finally, let me show you where I'm at right now. So this is I just finished a part of the climb I have to do today. That is like the prairie land out there. You can actually see East Glacier just over there. So that's where we've walked from so far. And then it's so drastically different from the prairie land. You look at these mountains and it's pretty striking. Very beautiful. All right, so we are officially entering Glacier National Park. Very cool looking dragonfly. You can still see East Glacier down there, this time from a little further and higher up. We're not done climbing though. Up there. Well, this is pretty cool. We're at the top of our climb for today. We are just headed to 2 Medicine, which is actually just down there. So that'll be where we're headed this evening. Pretty awesome for your first climb. Nate, you just did your first climb on the CDT. How's it feel?
Pretty good. My legs are tired.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Good morning on day 142.
There's more back there.
You think this one's playing like
Decoy.
are you the decoy to protect the other ones? You're doing very pretty things with your tail. But I really could just like grab you. It's a good thing I don't want to eat you. The wild Nate bear sitting in the huckleberry bushes having a snack. So we've been working on climbing up Dawson Pass, which is actually a little alternate. We just thought it would be pretty. So that's 2 Medicine down there. That's where we came from. And we are almost to the top of this thing. Well, the top was a little further away than I indicated, but we got there, and it's pretty cool. Pretty sure that's a melting glacier over there. You can see some more glaciers on top over there. Pretty neat. Not a bad view for lunch.
Enjoy yourselves. Watch out for the bear.
You guys see a bear?
Yesterday.
Oh, yes.
The woods on this trail here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a half an hour.
Pretty incredible. Super pretty. This is one of the lakes we were looking at from above. So we crossed over this pass from this way, came over here to this side, and then worked our way down. This guy just hopped right into our campsite, which makes me a little wary that I'll get another midnight visit. She comes back looking for some snacks, which there are none in my tent, but still. Good morning on day 143. Today is maybe my latest trail start of the whole trail. It is almost 10 a.m. But the way the permits worked out, just with the campsites that were available, ended up with some pretty short days. So today I only have about 11 miles to go. So there's really no rush to get out of camp. Yesterday ended up being a really beautiful day, taking the Dawson alternate. Today we have one climb in our 11 miles, and it's what we do first here, so probably some more pretty views. Here we go. We're going to be climbing up Triple Divide Pass, 2.6 miles to the top. Nate has informed me, actually I'm going to let him inform you. What is significant about Triple Divide Pass?
Well, it's where the Arctic and the Pacific and the Atlantic watershed meet.
Very cool. So we're not quite to the top of our climb yet, but so far today is pretty spectacular. We climbed up from Atlantic Creek, which is what runs in the valley here at the bottom of this lake. Climbed high enough you can see Secret Surprise Lake over here. It's not really what it's called, but that's what I would name it. And then that's what's left of a glacier over there. And then we got a few more corners before we get to the top. Oh, cool. Well, we made it to the top of Triple Divide Pass. And you can see down here there are some sheep, which is great. I had not yet seen sheep on this trail, and I was kind of feeling sad about it. So, sheepy sheep. Bighorn sheep, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's a ram group, but it's part of the same family. Alright, and this is looking the other way from Triple Divide Pass. So this is technically the Arctic watershed. Just on the other side of this mountain, there's another bowl, and that would be the Pacific one. Down we go.
Sometimes in the break periods, you remember those.
Well, this is a pretty dope bridge. Little waterfall. We had a nice break just upstream there. On an 11-mile day, we've taken many nice little breaks. So this is Red Eagle Lake. This is where home is for tonight. All the campsites are up the hill there. Gonna be a pretty nice spot.
It's for Southbounders. Yeah.
Good morning on day 144. We are up bright and early this morning. We've got a longer day today. Thought we'd get a good start on it. I think we're gonna get some cool looking skies. This is St. Mary Lake, or Lake St. Mary, I'm not sure which, but we just came over the little hill and wow. We've been following this waterfall all the way down. It's pretty neat. So it turns out there are lots of pretty cool waterfalls. So I have seen lots of pretty cool like caterpillars and fuzzy things. But this little guy might win for coolest hairdo. So we have a pretty significant climb today, which we have now started. We just crossed over the Going to the Sun Road, and now we're headed up, up, up. It's a little hazy today, so that's a little bit of a bummer. So we are nearing the top of our climb, which is Pegan Pass. That's where we're gonna go over, is right there, and you can kind of see the trail cutting across. Just popped out of the trees. It looks pretty spectacular. Still working on the climb, but this is pretty incredible. You can see the Going to the Sun Road down here. That is where, not even where we started climbing from. We started climbing from below that, but then we crossed that and have come up to this point. Alright, made it to the top of the pass. And there's some bighorn sheep up here. And they're pretty hard to see. But you can see, sorry, I know my finger makes it blurry, but right there on that ledge, there's some rams. And they're just laying or sitting there stoically. You can see their horns and they're pretty cool. And then the pass in general is pretty neat. That's the way we came from. We're gonna head down here shortly because it's super windy. And this is what we can see so far on the other side of the pass. Otherworldly. This has been maybe the windiest stretch of trail of all of the CDT. I'm pretty sure I was walking sideways, like something out of the Matrix. I don't know, Nate, what did it look like?
Pretty close.
Pretty close to that.
I thought you might blow away.
I thought so too. There was a good possibility.
It's incredible.
And it's not over. We got more. We're just at a little windbreak here, but
There's so much.
down we go. It is stunningly beautiful, even if it has been near deadly windy. Ooh, we're finally down low enough where we're out of the wind. But we came over, you can't even quite see it, but right this pass in this corner area right here, that was intense. And still just overwhelmingly pretty. I keep thinking this all looks like something out of Jurassic Park. There's a loon, I believe. And we are almost to Mini Glacier, so this is one of the lakes nearby. Good morning on day 145 from outside the camp store in Mini Glacier. Having another lazy morning this morning because today is another especially short day, so there's just no rush to get out. I'm having second breakfast, so yum. And yeah, we should have just an 8-mile day today, but we do have a pretty big climb this afternoon, so get to that shortly. So we're headed towards Swiftcurrent Pass, which is our climb for today and our little short day. Pretty much once we get to the top of that, we'll be pretty close to our campsite. It's been definitely very different walking through Glacier and having like set places to go and having such short days. Like I probably would be at the Canadian border now if this wasn't Glacier National Park and I didn't have different rules to follow. It's been strange, but Glacier has been beautiful, and honestly all the rangers and everybody I've dealt with has been very helpful, so it's been nice. So true to the general nature of the CDT of sort of choose your own adventure, there are multiple northern termini. So because of that, I said goodbye to a lot of the hikers I've been hiking around for the last couple sections last night and this morning, because a lot of them are going to finish at the Chief Mountain Trailhead instead of at the Waterton Lake Monument, which is where I'm headed. And that's always bittersweet, right? Like, it's really it's an exciting time. You're excited for everybody who's, you know, so close to this goal, this accomplishment that they've been working towards for months. And for a lot of people, this is their Triple Crown hike. For anybody who doesn't know what the Triple Crown is, completing the AT, PCT, and CDT. Not necessarily in that order, but that is a common order that people do them in. So, yeah, lots of excitement as we get close to the end here. And I'm certainly feeling that as well. can see the glaciers up top there, and then these pretty cool waterfall. Actually, there's multiple ones coming down. Tell you what, it just seems like every day in this park just gets more and more spectacular. Still climbing, but we are almost to the top. If you got really good eyes, you can see Mini Glacier Hotel way, 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 way down there. And then just a little bit more. Oh, the CDT has given me another baby goat. Well, the views at the top aren't quite what they were on the way up, but we did make it to the top. Let's see what we find on the other side. A campground, hopefully. Whoa! That was my reaction when I came around the corner and found out I was on top of the sky again. I've been trying to decide whether Glacier can, like, how Glacier compares to the Wind River Range, which I absolutely loved. And I'm starting to feel that same just high of just how amazing this place is. So who cares about the comparison? This is incredible. One more, just because, I mean, wow. So this building over here is called the Granite Park Chalet. Apparently you can stay in it with the reservation. I just learned about it, but from what I've heard, it's in pretty high demand, so you kind of have to plan ahead to have that spot. But I can see why someone would want to be right there. So Glacier's organized its campsites pretty well. This is the food prep area, the food storage area, and then the actual campsites are a bit further that direction. So it's definitely a change having this, but it's been pretty nice. Second to last night on the CDT. Good morning on day 145. Our camp was down here in these trees last night. Did a short hike back up to the main trail. And now we're headed north. So the plan for today is to walk about 23 miles to the Waterton River Campground. And that'll put us about 4 miles from the Canadian border. So yeah, it's totally possible to get to Canada today, but that's not the plan. So camp tonight, and then tomorrow morning I finish. I get to Canada tomorrow morning. So today is like my last full day on the CDT.
Miles in a day and nothing.
Just riding thermals, joyriding. I'd do that too if I had wings like that. So we just dropped about 3,000 feet down into the Waterton River Valley, and we'll be following the river until we get to the lake. And the lake, of course, is partially in the US and partially in Canada. And I kind of missed my chance to stay on top of that climb, but I didn't realize that, like, I like to joke about things being all downhill from here. At this point, it's pretty much that. At the top of the climb, I could have said it's all downhill from here, and from here, it's all pretty much flat and cruisy. It's all flat and cruisy from here, all the way to the border. So Nate has been dreaming, there he goes, of a good swimming hole for miles. And this clearly,
It's not bad.
this clearly hot tub like creek was.
Look how clean my shirt is.
Oh yeah, you're brand spanking new.
Oh, that's great. I do feel good now.
So I can't remember whether I mentioned it, but the Canadian border in this area is closed. So in non-COVID times, I would be able to cross into Canada and go to Waterton Park, which is just further north along the lake. But I can't do that. Even if I was able to meet the COVID requirements that Canada now has for Americans, this specific border crossing and the one at Chief Mountain are not open. So, not going into Canada. But that is okay. I don't need to go in. I just need to touch it. Just want to touch the monument that marks the international boundary. So, since I can't go into Canada, I have to get out of the park somehow. So, I'm going to be hiking out actually along the Pacific Northwest Trail to the Chief Mountain Trailhead. So, woe is me, I get to hike one more day in Glacier National Park. But as far as like the Continental Divide Trail, hiking from Mexico to Canada, that ends for me tomorrow at Waterton Lakes. Well, there it is, Waterton Lake. I am less than 5 trail miles from the Canadian border. I am certainly staring into Canada right now. It's overwhelming looking at the lake. This is maybe one of the most perfect moments in all of the Glacier experience, and there have been some good ones. But because this ranger station is closed, there's no one here. It is just me and Nate sitting on the dock of this bay with this beautiful lake right behind us. The final dinner spot. Good morning on day 146. You ready to go to Canada? I'm so ready to go to Canada. You know, it's always hard to find the right words for moments like these ones. How do you sum up a journey of thousands of miles and nearly 5 months in a few words? And I don't know that I do. I can tell you the way that I'm feeling this morning is excited, ready, happy, I've already had lots of good moments of, I don't know, reflection and closure as I'm coming through the end of this. I've already said some goodbyes, and I don't know that I really could have asked for a better moment than sitting by that lake last night, staring into Canada, knowing that I was looking at the end and being the only people that seemed to exist. It was just like Nate and I were just sitting on the edge of a dock staring into the edge of the world. So yeah, so this morning, happy, ready, excited, proud, grateful. Today is a day for celebrating. That marks the border, as if the monuments themselves weren't enough. See the clear cut go straight up the other side. Goodbye, last campsite in Glacier. Goodbye, beautiful lakes and granite peaks. Goodbye, Continental Divide Trail. Thank you for your lessons.